Alright, it's April 30th. Just got back into town last night. I'm gonna try and finish up this roof. So I've got one more rafter left to go on the end here. Brought on the trailer with me some 2x4s and then that extra 2x6. I've also got some IBC tanks. So hopefully at some point soon I can set up the gutter on this and start collecting rainwater. So yeah, we'll get going on that rafter and then start putting those purlins on. So that last rafter's put in now. Unfortunately that one's a little shorter than all of the rest of them. I had a couple short ones over here, but this last one's gonna make the front overhang, I think at best, only 14 or 15 inches. So we'll have to cut off the rest of these to that length there, and then we can put our fascia board on, and then start putting purlins and the roof on. We'll have a 2-foot overhang all the way along the back, but for now I think I'm going to go around and just finish putting in all the Simpson ties. I went and picked up a couple more, and then a big box of nails to get those all anchored in. Alright, so I've got all the Simpson ties on, at least all the ones that I have. I am too short, so I'm missing one on the north side, second rafter in, and then I think that last rafter on the back. But all the ones on the front have it, which is good because sometimes the wind comes from the south. Most of the time it comes from the west over here, so at least that corner one has one, and then next time I'm in town I'll pick up a couple more. I just miscounted how many I had. I also put in those hurricane straps. There's 2 of them, one there and then one over there on that strap, and then the 4 corners of the building here, just like this. So hopefully that'll keep the roof on. So I think the next step is to try and figure out where I'm gonna cut all those off at. I'll pop a string line on those and then get those all cut, and then I can get the first purlin on. So I've got the board marked where I'm gonna cut off. It's the same over on the other end, and what I'm gonna do is I've just got a little nail and I'll hook that on, and then I'll be able to pop a string line along the whole thing. I'll pull that over to my other mark over there. Alright, so I just got that string line popped. You can see you got a perfect mark all the way along. So I'll go ahead and get my torpedo level those down, and then I can cut them all at the same mark. Alright, now that we got those tails all cut off and they're all the same, Got about a 15-inch hangover on the south side. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't have any more 2x6s long enough to span that whole 15 feet for the fascia board. I don't want to kind of have a big chunk and a little chunk, so I'm just gonna do 3 pieces, so it'll be 3 5-footers for the fascia board. So I'll get those cut and tacked on. The spacing between these, it's not 16 on center, it's actually 15 on center. So it should work out perfect for 3 equal 5-footers, and they'll still end in the middle of a rafter. So I'll get those cut and throw them up there, and then we'll start on the rest of the purlins. Alright, so I got that fascia board up there, and then you can see on top of that is that first purlin. It's still overhanging a little. I'll have to come back and cut that off. But I've gotten started with the rest of the purlins, starting at the bottom, kind of working my way up. Got them all marked up there, and then the boards are up there. So I'm just matching my marks and shooting them in with ring shank nails from the nail gun. So it's going pretty quick. Should be done here soon. And then I gotta finish, if you can kind of see through the back, finish up the back there, and then it's time to put the metal on. Alright, up on top of the roof, got all the purlins on, and all the ends cut off. I just need to figure out how far out the overhang on the north side is going to be, and then get a fascia board on there, and then I should be good to put the roof on. So it's probably about 3 o'clock right now, so hopefully I can get all that done and finish off the day with putting the metal on. Alright, it's getting late, but the roof is going on. I started at the top just because I wanted it to be perfectly spaced off of the front there and all parallel at the front. We were a little out of square. I guess that day that I was putting the rafters on, they got a little out of whack, but that's okay. We're making up for it in the roof. But I just wanted to base the bottom off of the top, so that's why I started at the top. And then I'm just sliding them underneath. I haven't screwed at the end there, so I can slide them all underneath, figure out where I want to cut the ends of those rafters, and then it'll be shingled correctly, and hopefully it'll not look too bad. So it's about 8:30. Finally got the whole roof on, so it's all done up here. Tomorrow I didn't cut off the ends down there, so I will need to deal with that. It's just going to be raining tomorrow, so I wanted to push to get the roof on so I could work underneath it and be dry. I'll head down there and kind of take some videos of what I got going down there, but got a covered area now. So I just got back down. You can see the whole roof's on, but I haven't done that back fascia board. I ended up making a mistake at the end of the day. Those pieces right there are a little off, but that's okay. We'll deal with that tomorrow. It's going to be a little trickier to cut the tails of those because I won't be able to use the circ saw, but at least I can be halfway covered, and I'll get an idea for where I need to cut them. You can kind of see that'll be where it overhangs. Alright, it's the next day. It's about noon. I'm getting a late start. Yesterday was a long day, so I took the morning kind of slow. But I think today I'm gonna frame out this doorway, put some sort of header for the door that I'm gonna build, and then I might build the custom door today. We'll see. I was thinking I kind of wanted to buy one maybe with glass inside, but if I get around to it today, I might just build a door. Also need to install this metal. There's gonna be like, it's 2 foot, so it's gonna be like a 2 foot wainscoting going around the bottom of the whole building. So I'll get the doorway framed out, and then I'll know where to take that metal to. And then that'll just give it some protection from rain or snow or anything for the bottom 2 feet of the building. And then the rest, everything above it, will be plastered adobe. Probably be some bottle walls or something up here. So yeah, I'll start off with framing out that doorway, and we'll see where we end up. Alright, got that door frame all framed in. I just used those cutoffs for the cedar beams. I just used 2 of them for the header, and then got 2x6s for the sides. I think my next step is I'm just gonna frame out the bottom 2 feet for that metal. I'll probably do the bottom 2 feet on either side of the door, and then if I can make it work, I have the same material, this cedar. It's ripped down to 1 inch, so that'll be what's framed for the outside, and then maybe the corners as well if I can make it work. And then I'll start cutting that metal place in between all the way around the building. Got the first piece of metal up along the bottom there. Just trimming it out with those cutoffs, the 1 inch cedar. I think it looks pretty good. Just continue that all the way around. See how I cap the corners with that. And then there'll be another strip going along, and then just do that all the way around. Alright, starting to get the rest of the metal on. We've got 2 more sheets to go. The back north side and then the east side. I just wanted to take a little video, show the progress. I think it's looking pretty good. Some of this metal was kind of beat up when I bought it. You can kind of see on these longer stretches, but I think it'll all disappear once it's all done. So yeah, I'll get those other 2 on and then show the final product. Alright, it's the end of the day. It's about 7:30. I'm gonna call it. But I got all the metal for the wainscoting and all the trim around it done. Like I said, it's a little beat up, but it was like that when I bought it. Take a view from a little farther back. So yeah, tomorrow is Monday, so I think the supply store in town is open, and I'm gonna go. They have straw bales from the farm down the road, so I'm gonna go buy some straw bales and start stuffing the inside of the pallets with straw. So probably the lower section Might add some rocks, or maybe some scrap plastic, just so that moisture doesn't wick up into the straw. But the rest of it will be packed full of straw, and that'll be a backer for the adobe to be plastered on. The adobe will probably be a couple weeks away, but at least fill in these gaps and we'll have a covered space and the wind will be blocked. Hopefully sometime this week I can go into town and try and find some used windows, and then maybe build that door as well. So yeah, this will be it for probably this little session. Probably make this part 3 of the video, but I'll start off the next one with stuffing these full of straw.